Whoa. There it is. Camera's getting all upside down here. What's up, everybody? Hold on a second. We'll have to work with this camera here. Let me see. What have we done? Maybe this will work. Hmm? Oh, all right. There we go. Welcome. I'm feeling a little green today, I thought. I don't know why. What is it, Friday? It's not. If it was Wednesday, it'd be a very green day. Isn't green line up with Wednesday? Let me. We do this right on camera. I don't have a mirror. I just use this. You guys are my mirror. How's this all doing right now? I feel like I'm too beat up. There we go. So yeah. So if you're familiar, if you know me, oh, you know how this works. And if you don't, I'm an encyclopedia. You just ask me things, and I give you answers. Maybe not an encyclopedia, but something. Okay. I don't know why this keeps doing that, but there we go. Welcome. I have a few moments here before I have to entertain. So I figured I would share that with you all. And for the second day in a row, because I had, like I told you guys, I just was able to start doing live streams again. I don't have necessarily a topic. I hadn't really meditated on anything too much, but so I just take topics from you guys and we'll go from there. And if it's anything bigger, you can always email me or let me know here, and I'll do a show directly, specifically about something. Nikki, 2 times. Oh man, that's a very interesting thing. It's not something I haven't really researched, but I mean, it's called a wisdom tooth. I wonder what that's about. And you have 4 of them, right? And all I could really give you is some esoterics on it. But for the pain of, for tooth pain, there's going to be 3 things. They're all in, I think, aniseed, anise, cinnamon, and I think aniseed is what you're looking for. Let me go. I have a book right there. I'll go grab it for you. But I'm pretty sure that's what you're going to use. And there's also, like, I know for cavities and things, you can use things like tobacco. Like nicotine and tobacco is really good. I'm not saying to smoke it, but you'd put like some tobacco on the tooth. But a wisdom tooth coming in, I think you're looking for aniseed and cinnamon. But let me go grab something for you. And I think licorice root might be it. So give me 1 second. I will find you the answer. Okay. You got me pulling out the big guns today. I don't pull the book out for too many people because I usually don't need it. But what's up, Daniel? Daniel Bunch. Elmary Hankanen. I'll get to you in 1 second. Let me just answer this question. Cloves, thank you, James Leonard. Hey, didn't mean anything in the comments to mean. I don't know. Did we have an argument or something? I don't remember. I don't think so. I just speak the way this is the way I speak. So if it comes off that way, I don't know if we did have what seemed as a spat or something. I don't know. This is just the way I speak, and I don't like typing because I'm doing it with my thumbs from a phone, and I don't have all day. You know what I mean? So if it came off that way, sorry. I know. That's a lot of people kind of take it as that. Like, why are you so short? I'm like, because you don't know how many emails I get and how many people are like just dumb shits. Cloves is the correct answer. But I'm gonna look a little deeper because it might be a little different for tooth pain versus tooth coming in. Oh, the leukemia. Yeah. Well, James Leonard. Yeah. No, I don't. I never had leukemia, but when you get into the essence of what health is, everything is obstruction of tubes, and everything is blood cleanliness, and those types of things. Everything comes down to cleaning your blood. I mean, so when it seems like I'm short on something, it's just because I have so many videos on this, and I get it. You probably have not seen all of them, and you don't know necessarily my stance or my understanding of this, but yeah. Now I remember. Yeah, it's just like I just have these conversations, and I don't like to have them over texting. It's just ridiculous to me because there's not enough to be said. There's not enough for me to say all that needs to be said for people to get to, like, if you believe in Like going, like, okay, I get it. The doctors help you. They do all these things. Sure. But if you have to decide, if you had to put in one hand, do I trust in the doctors or do I trust in the knowledge that I have? You have to pick one or the other. You can't serve two things. So the only thing, what would happen is I would end up arguing with the ideas that you have about the what health is, what nutrition is, what the medical establishment is about. That's that. Then I don't want that argument. I'm just going, here's the answer to your question. You take it or leave it. That's how I always kind of play this, because I got over the past couple of years doing these videos, it just got tiring trying to, you know, drag the horse to the water, shovel the water in the mouth. You know what I mean? So hopefully you didn't take that too. Hopefully you didn't take it too off-putting. Well, you're here, so I guess you did. So here, let me get to this tooth thing for wisdom teeth. Let me see. Did I get mine taken out? I think I got two of mine taken out. Let me see. I know I have. They grew in a little crooked, so I lost a different tooth. I had to pull a different tooth out, which is funny because these are all connected to your vertebrae in your spine, so you can find out things like that. Let's see, teeth. Funny enough, I chipped my tooth the other day. Fucking, that is New Orleans. You're gonna fall sometimes. Took a spill, yo. Let's see, teeth. I guess it could also be considered teething. You know what I mean? I mean, you do have your baby teeth, so you're born and you're teething. Washed green onions are an effective remedy for teething, and in no way I would think it's any different growing a next tooth back here, because there's anti-stringents. So you want something that's anti-stringent, and that is definitely what cloves are. They're probably even more effective. So cloves, green onions, pure vanilla extract. That seems interesting. Pure vanilla extract on the area. Let's see what else. Yeah. So there, I think that sounds good. You want anti-stringent things, so witch hazel even. Maybe like swishing some witch hazel around in the mouth might be helpful. Yeah, there you go. So hopefully that's enough of an answer for that. Yeah, and then, obviously you can't go wrong with standard things like going and getting some CBD or whatever. That's always going to help. Let me see what you guys are talking about over here. El Murray Hankanen, what is my opinion on breatharianism, pranayama, worship of the air element? Well, I'm an air element myself. I don't think you should worship anything. Although air or ether is the highest form, it's the least dense of all of the everything, right? Fire, I don't think is an element. It's a transmutative force. Earth, water, then air. So it's like the least dense, right? So pranayama and breatharianism, certainly breatharianism is a possibility, but for it to be a possibility, you better have your shoes off. You better not be living in the city where the air is, basically not ionized properly or dirty. You'd have to live near the ocean or in a mountain or near a lake. You know what I mean? You'd have to be outside of a cityscape. It would be really difficult to be full on breatharian in such environments, because you wouldn't be able to stay clean enough. There are people that do it for bouts. I don't think there's anybody that's straight breatharian, maybe. I mean, I think from other realms, I think they dip into here for a minute and then dip out. It's kind of like astral travel or dreaming, right? Because you would become densified just going into the city, just because of all the elements around you, and you'd be breathing them in. So yeah, it's definitely possible. I mean, I don't suggest it to people because most people aren't even fasted on water. People aren't even familiar with the water element. You have to go. This is a transmutative process. Your body is dense, and then you go from a dense body to a more fluid body, and that fluid body, I think, has a lot to do with what astral travel is. Getting through the plasmic fields around us. If you look at it that way, like everything's plasma. So let's move through that. And I think that the next level is obviously breatharianism, but most people they're in no shape to even attempt to do such things. People want to fast on, they want to dry fast. You're going to hurt yourself real bad, and I don't think it's a very good idea. That would be like skipping over a whole step until you've done until you've done some long water fasts, long juice fasts, and cleansed your body and feel up to it, and until you can stare into the sun, until you can breathe properly, until you know how to breathe, none of that makes any sense. So that's very high level shit. So that's why I don't even talk to it. Like people always ask about it. I'm like, you're putting like, what is it, the horse before the, or whatever that fucking the carriage before the horse. Like, I mean, it's even worse than that. Is the kind of idea, right? But yeah, I mean, get there, try it. I mean, if you're on the path, like shit, that's really what it is. Because then you can traverse all realms. All right, Nikki 2 times and James, yeah. Cayenne, yeah. Cayenne is good for so many things. And oh, and back to that tooth pain, cayenne. Cayenne is good for all sorts of pain. Cayenne is good for, you know, someone's having a heart attack or something. Cayenne. Cayenne's got more vitamin C than orange juice, right? Um, and it's a stimulant, so it stimulates everything. It stimulates the blood in every way. So cayenne and it's not even just cayenne. Anything has the high IBUs or what is that? What they is not? I say IBUs. Is that what it's called? The the heat index of the Scoville units. IBUs. I was getting into like heating and air conditioning or whatever. No. um, yeah, whatever's got really high Scoville units, that's what you're looking for, and it's gonna get the blood moving, and it's gonna do something for your brain too, and obviously some people they use sweat, so it's actually doing it has an effect on the system. And at the best level, you could put cayenne in your eyes. It doesn't damage the cellular construct. So it's proof that it's actually good for you. Like it's not it's like some things you could put like it's having an effect on the body, but it might be breaking down parts of your cells, which isn't a great thing. I mean, sometimes people really need to do it. Like if you look at like chemo or something like this, it's destroying cells, good ones and bad ones. But cayenne's only gonna it's not gonna destroy the cellular matrix, right? So you could actually stick it in your eyes, and this is why pepper spray. It's not gonna damage you. It sucks right then, but afterwards your eyes. If you just put some cayenne in your eyes and a little bit of eye bright, your eyes will be. It'll clean it right up. The tears, the ducts will open up. It'll clean your eyeballs out. It's very highly cleansative, and it's good for pain too. So you could put that on your molars, on your incoming wisdom teeth. Yeah. So there you go. The cayenne. Here you go. Cayenne and clove. I think is going to be your two go to. Put that on there and some vanilla. I think that might even taste good. You know what I mean? Put that on there. Yeah. Oh, what up, Quest? Good to see you, man. What's going on? What's up, Stephen K? How to grow new tooth? Well, your teeth are related to your spine. That it takes a little longer. It's your skeletal system, your spine and your skeletal system. So I mean, it's basically go back to the beginning. Clean your blood, clean your organs, and then from there, as your nervous system gets back online. Because you know, if you have a problem with the tooth, then it's connected to a problem with basically the electrical charge that's running through your spine. So it really comes down to that. I mean, I don't, I'm from earlier in life, I'm missing a couple teeth that I had to get removed. And I could tell because like when I got into what health and well-being was, I was like, oh, this tooth right here is actually related to my liver. And that's why that got removed, because my liver was fucked because all I was eating is microwave food and popcorn and just garbage, right? And then when I went through and did some you know, did a bunch of coffee enemas and got into like fasting and things. Like those organs fixed up, but to actually get to the point of regrowing a tooth, you'd have to go through like completely meditative. You focus on it. Energy goes where attention. Energy flows where attention goes. Right. So you have to start with those kind of ideas, but also having your spine in order. You'd have to be sitting properly to make sure energy and blood and everything is going there. And it's just a little more of a process. I mean, your body in 9 months is pretty much brand new, including your skeletal system. But in less everything else is fixed. It's like, think of this. If you own a car and you have X amount of dollars, what are you going to fix first and what are you going to fix last? Your body is much the same. You have an energy system and your body is going to say, what do I need to repair first? The first thing it needs to repair is not a tooth. It's just not. Even a bone is not the first thing, and that's why it takes so long. It's not just because it's dense, but the first thing that your body would repair is the things that are vital to you to survive, to exist. And so, more importantly than all of that, we have to start with what the organs are. Until the organs are in perfect order and it's playing the right harmony, then from there you can regrow other things that normally wouldn't seem like they could grow so well, or you could fix something that doesn't seem like it would be fixable. So take that into consideration to like what it takes. So, you know, if you're in decent health and you only have a couple problems, like yeah, maybe you can go get some acupuncture, open up some pathways of energy, start eating the right things, you know, make sure the body's pretty cleansed, and then from there, I can start putting energy back into regrowing something. I mean, people regrow organs all the time. Do you not? If you break a bone, does it not repair itself? So in the same way, why would it be any different? It's just last on the list. It's like what am I doing last here? Like who the fuck cares? It doesn't really matter that much when I have other things that I need to fix in my body. You know. Hopefully that makes a lot of sense for you. And Quest all up in here. What's going on, man? James, what's up? Thank you for the reminder, James Breeden. Always be kind and understanding yourself and others. We are recovering from years of brainwashing. This is damn right. It's something that I always have to remind myself. It's something that, like, as I spoke about, as I made more of these videos, it's like I used to get so like, wow, how come nobody's seeing this? How come nobody's understanding this? Like, it's so fucking simple. You know, granted, it took me 20 blah 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 years and all of this study to observe this, but then once you know, you're like, do this, and it's, you know, it's the same. I have the same. You know, whenever I always go off on like vegans, thinking that everybody needs to, you know, start eating vegetables every day and go vegan, and because they do it, everybody else needs to do it now. I used to have that attitude about certain things of you know, educating people. It's like, not because I'm demanding, but because it's like, this shit will help your life. This will make everything so much easier for you. But yeah, I get you, man. Thank you for the healthy reminder. Yeah, many years of brainwashing. What's up, Divine Hazel? Yeah, caspinoids. Yeah, capsicum. There you go. James Leonard, you would not recommend putting them in your eyes. I would, and I'm 100% positive of this. Not only can you go watch Indian people do it, they do it with like hot cayenne, like the hottest fucking peppers in the world. But the fact that it's in pepper spray, and the fact that I've watched videos of people that are like health gurus taking and putting 200,000 Scoville unit pepper right in their eyes and crying it out. And so I would 100,000 times recommend putting cayenne in your eyes. Not to that degree and not that much, but try a little bit with some eye bright in a cup. I've done it for years. Whenever I notice my eyesight, you know, kind of going down and my eyes are getting kind of gunky, I'll go and do that, and it cleans my eyes. You know, it takes a little while. You're gonna have to do it a few times, but it's not gonna hurt. It's not gonna hurt you. I mean, it might pain you a little bit, but it's not gonna hurt you. So in no way do I not recommend it. I mean, if you can eat it, you can put it in your eyes, right? You can eat a banana, you can put it in your eyes. Biofeedback is a good way to run a body diagnostic. Yeah. I mean, we need Quest. We need more diagnostic people like you. That, you know what I mean? Like the sensitives. Like if you go to an auto body shop, you got somebody who's gonna run diagnostics on your car. And there's people that can do that, but it's few and far between. And then you have some people that just really don't know what they're doing. So it's kind of hard to find that because it's not. It's becoming a little easier. I mean, maybe that's what we got to do. Start calling people diet. What would you call it in the auto business? You could think of something clever. Human body diagnostic portal or something. I don't know. Oh, there you go. And as I scroll up, and there you just said it. There you go. Brennan Esteban, what's up, man? What do I know about diabetes? All diabetes is dumb shit. It's pretty simple. You give yourself diabetes. It's easy to get rid of. The whole thing is scammy. The simplest thing to say is eliminate the stupid sugars from your diet and start putting real sugars in. The size of the sugar molecule, what it's washed in. If you're using white sugar, there's bleach in it, chlorine, etc., etc. The sugar itself being processed, there's garbage in it. But if you just get some real sugar cane. Oh, and speaking of growing teeth and spine and things, sugar cane is built like the spine. It's strong like the spine. It has the same cuts in it. Like the little where those are basically the spine joints. And sugar cane is for building strength in the bones, spine, teeth, and things like this. Sugarcane is awesome. Sugarcane is awesome. And back to type 1 diabetes and any kind of diabetes, these are all given to ourselves. You know what I mean? It's just you ate too many fruity pebbles as a kid. I mean, shit. I probably had diabetes growing up, but because I was so active, all of the fake sugars I was taking was cycling through my system so fast that I didn't recognize it. You know, so I never knew. But shit, if I told you what my diet was, I mean, it's basically like I go to the gym, we were playing basketball for 4 or 5 hours a day, and we weren't drinking water, we were drinking Mountain Dew and Pepsi and blah blah blah. You know what I mean? And then the summer playing soccer. I mean, yeah, maybe we got some fruit juice then when we're outside, but point is, all diabetes is basically the same. I mean, it's just the way you're consuming the sugar. You know, how much does your body? This is also gets into. I'll just go a little step deeper because your body runs on glucose. So the process of making glucose is kind of the same way. Are you taking it in the mouth, or is your body producing it? Like, are you synthesizing it? I don't mean synthesizing it, but are you you have a storehouse of glycogen. And so, like, when you're fasting, there's a way that your body regulates it, and the way that it consumes it, that it gets it into your system. That's why you can fast, because your body runs on sugar. Everything's running on a glucose system, because now your body starts to take the fats and the cancers and adjust them, alchemize them, turn them into what you need to run, to function. So type 1 diabetes is like, just go the other direction. Start drinking more. I mean, if you're so bold, drink the orange. If not, get out of the fruit juices. Just start with the fruit juices, because then you're still getting your sugars, but you're getting the correct kind. Yeah, and that should if you do definitely have whatever the problems are, and then just let me further this 1 second is if your organs aren't properly functioning, then the sugar is not going to process the right way. So it doesn't matter what kind of sugar you're taking in, but the sugars from the fruits will help to clean the organs out as well. So find things that are going to clean out your gallbladder and your kidneys and your gallbladder is going to be most important, I think, for the you know. So just go through a whole cleansing process. I mean, I put so many videos out there, and you can find these videos. And the process is start with your intestines, clean those out, then go and do like coffee enemas, clean out your gallbladder and your liver, and then you move on to clean out your kidneys, and you have your other organs and your lungs and your blood that will be taken care of in the end. So there you go. And if I can go further on that, if you really have some deeper questions and you're like, oh no, doctor says this and blah blah blah, I can kind of get into it a little bit with you. But hit me up if you need to know further. And my email should be underneath most of my earlier videos. I just haven't adjusted what's going on in my description box here yet. Thoughts on B17? I literally don't have any right now, Daniel Bunch. I'll do a little, cursory research on B17, but I don't know. Is it beneficial without cancer? I don't even know what that question means, man. What's up, HUD 369? It's a 504 up in the areas, yo. Most sugar does come from beets these days, yes. But if you can find stuff that comes from sugar cane, that's the way to go. And if you can go somewhere and get actual sugar cane juice, that's awesome. There used to be this little Brazilian joint that would get the sugar cane and process it right in front of you, and putting that and lime juice together. Oh man, hangover cure, just tasty as anything. Yeah, good stuff. James, will I be doing anything for the eclipse? I probably. I mean, I don't see. It's so funny. People just probably are confused and shake their head because I'm very much like. I don't know if you've ever read The Confederacy of the Dunces, or if you're familiar with the characters. You got a vegan, a vegetarian, this vegetarian that eats meat. It's much contradiction, much contradiction. So it's like, even though I teach about all of the magic arts and all of this, I don't necessarily participate too heavily in them. Um, but yeah, maybe a little bit. Maybe I'll do a little bit of magic because I have now. I have a couple friends that like really are into it. Because for me, it was like, I can teach like this, but like going and doing just something for myself seems so like, I don't know, like, okay. But if somebody else wants to know and wants to get down and do it, then now I have like a pretty good friend that is like trying to learn, and so maybe we'll do something spectacular for it. What's up, David Mannion? Yeah, the one in the second, and there's a couple big ones, and there's a couple interesting planetary alignments that are coming soon. Coming soon to a theater near you. coming coming soon to a sky near you. There you go. Looking into the sun burns the hell out of your eyes, and even though growing up we were told not to do it, it's bad for your eyes. It's actually the exact opposite. There you go. Chili burns also. There's a connection. Yes. And here's the Stephen K. Here is the caveat for people. If you're extremely unhealthy, looking into the sun will hurt your eyes because you're going to be trying to express and get rid of so much junk. Think of it. Your skin is doing the same thing. When you get a tan, and your body is trying to, and your sweat and all of this is trying to get rid of the things that you don't need. And people that get little cancer on the skin, well, I mean, it's all the shit that's inside of your body that's now on your skin. Now it's on your skin. That's easy enough to get rid of. Just keep getting more sun. Put some lemon on it. Start putting healthier things in your body. Express it and get rid of it. Um, but yeah, the sun in the eyes. If you're very unhealthy, it's going to be very hard to do. I wouldn't suggest doing it for very long. Starting early in the day. Like right now, I couldn't go outside and stare at the sun. I mean, it is the middle of the fucking summer. It's 94. Where the sun is right there. Um, so, oh shit! I just had. Oh, there we go. Deja vu about some dream that I had. Hold on a second. Wow, that was fun. I could see some giant image in the sun in my dream last night, and the sun was huge. Interesting. Okay, so yeah, so staring into the sun, do it in the morning, short periods of time, unless you're pretty healthy. As soon as you'll know when you've looked too long. Once you get that little black spot in your vision, get out the sun, and then you just build up your tolerance and build up how well your eyesight is, and then you'll be taking those biophotons into your body, and then you'll be able to express and push light out of your eyes. It's like when you do a urine fast and clean your blood, and all of a sudden you take some sun in, and all of a sudden you're radiating your body. Your auric field is bigger, and you're pushing energy out of your system. And the eclipses get you high as fuck. Yeah. Yeah, I notice weird things happen. I don't necessarily the high as fuck. I just notice that, like, I'm just observing like how reality is functioning, the things that are going on, the people that I'm meeting. Like, I always notice that kind of shit. Yeah, I hear you on the fasting thing. I'm definitely near there right now because birthday month, and I was just too much dumb shit. You know what I mean? So we'll be fasting again here. I mean, I did most of yesterday was urine, some water, tea, a little bit of what else did I have? Tequila, but that was most of my day. I mean, I had a meal, but probably way too much. We'll be getting. I'll start a fast with you guys soon if you want to. Maybe right when Cancer starts, or on one of the moons. We'll see. Yeah, El Murray, of course, of course. What's up, Griff? Are the sun and the moon actually the same size? It would appear as such, man. I mean, the fact that one, it seems like the disk, if there is um, a toroidal field, and it's I think they're both cast from somewhere else, and I think it hits a toroidal field and it images as that. I don't think it's the actual thing. I think there might actually be a thing. It'd be kind of like if you consider looking at a hologram or a 3D image. If you ever played like one of those old video games, or even the new shit that they got out now, and there's like two screens, and you kind of see it looks like it's in the middle there, but it's imaging off of this and this. I think that's maybe what's happening on a toroidal field of energy that's around our system of our realm, our plane, and the idea that the sun could get in front of the moon and the moon could get in the front of the sun, and they're exactly the same size. I mean, it seems. I don't know if they're the same size out there, because there isn't out there. I don't buy into this nonsense. There's no outer space. There certainly is outer space. If there's inner space, there's outer space. It only stands to reason. As so within, so without. As above, so below. It's not. We ain't stuck in a fishbowl. That's ridiculous. Um, so yeah. So that yeah. I think so. It seems to be. And you notice it in the sense of the power. When they're both full, the power is huge, like a full moon. But then, when the moon isn't there, it's dissipated. There's no energy being. I mean, they're different types of energy. One's cold, one's hot, right? But when the moon isn't there, there seems to be just a lull of things, right? Ah, yeah. Well, Daniel Bunch, right off the giddy up, I would say that some say, who cares if it's cyanide? Um, People claim it cured their cancer, and some claims it's toxic. Poison is the panacea. Little bits of poison is the panacea. So, I mean, I'll look into it a little further, but I think now that you say it like that, I mean, I don't know, like, when you, I know like B12 means this, and okay, B17 is, does it come from the seed? Somebody's gonna say the seed is no good. That seems silly. I thought that's where life came from. Or I mean, the people that seem to claim it's toxic, I would bet what do they have to gain? Are they trying to save you from destroying yourself? Shit, aren't we supposed to be eating the seeds in watermelon? Don't we want the seeds? Are you gonna grow a watermelon in your tummy? And there's so many things, like the seed is like nuts and seeds. You grind them up, you make milk. Is that toxic? I don't know. A lot of people say don't eat the tomatoes. They're nightshade. They're poisonous. It's ridiculous. But I'll get into it for sure. Yeah, I will for sure, Daniel Bunch. Gary Baxter. There we go. Do what I say. Don't do what I do. Don't live my life. Live your life. I think that's the thing. You don't want to live my life. I mean, some of it's fucking awesome, and you would love to live my life. It's hilarious. But some of it, you don't want that. It's like I say, like Michael Jordan said, or any of these majorly, amazingly famous and like just amazing athletes. You want to be as good as me, but you do not want to go through the struggle it took. You don't want to get up at 5 o'clock every day and go to the gym for 5 hours, and then you don't want to do all that. You don't. You don't want to know 7 languages. You don't want to study all that. You don't want to put this time in. So that's just it. Uh, so it takes the the time, the energy, the effort. It's like people want to play the piano. You ain't gonna be good overnight. That's why I was like, oh shit, I'll just listen. I don't want to be perfect or great or at everything, because it'd be silly. Like, so then I think there'd be a little less enjoyment, because there's something magical about listening to people play instruments, because I'm not that good at them. I mean, if I spend a little time, does it become more? No, I don't know. But was it more entertaining to me when I wasn't good at sports to watch, or is it more entertaining now? I don't know. I think it's less entertaining, but that's up to each of us. What's up, Unstance? Hood, you used your advice on last solar eclipse. Yeah, man. The last, what was the last major one? It was this year. I did the last two. I didn't really get to see much of because they weren't where I was. There wasn't, there wasn't too much. I think the last two we weren't able to see here, but the major one, I think a year and a half ago, I sat out and stared at it for like 45 minutes. That was pretty awesome. Yeah. What's up, Orlando? You ever seen that movie? You said, "Oh no, it's Momo." You ever see what's that movie Momo? A Letter to Momo. You ever seen that? Anybody? It's a fucking awesome movie. You should check it out. It is a little yes. And here we're back again. Uh, Quest. Other than yeah, just go watch the one that's funny because somebody was asking me about this yesterday. And I gave my video that I made yesterday. I talk about hair in the middle somewhere for a little while, but the one that I made most like that is directly related to that is shamanism, heritage, and monks. I think if you put my name in those three things, that video is all about what hair is. And I don't go into the deepest parts of it, but yesterday I went a little deeper into what it is. So check out that one on heritage, shamanism and heritage, the difference between monks and why they shave their head. And then yesterday I kind of got a little deeper. So if you check out my video that I made yesterday, you'll find some more there. Yeah, Brandon Esteban, yeah, I mean, urine fasting is the easiest. People just don't know it. Urine fasting is so much easier than distilled water fasting, like by a long shot, because you're still getting the energy. Like the water onto itself doesn't necessarily have energy in it. Even if you stir it and go through all the process and blah blah blah, it's still not going to give you that basically the auric field that is surround like that's your blood plasma. There's energy in there. There's stem cells. There's all this, right? So you're getting energy out of it. So the energy that you'd be losing by doing a fast with water because it's now you're just in 100% cleanse mode. You're not gonna go through that with urine. It's gonna be way easier. At least in my experience, I've never done a long fast on urine. I've done a long fast on water, and it's more cleansative than juice fasting. So in order, it's basically like if you just want to get to right to cleansing completely, it's distilled water, but you're gonna have more struggle, and you better have time to take a nap and sleep. And then urine is gonna be like in the middle between how quickly you're gonna feel the effects and how much energy you're gonna have. And then fruit juice fasting, you're gonna stay full with your glucose. Your cleansing of your organs is going to be at a lower rate because you're still feeding your body, so it's not shutting your stomach down. So your organs are not being cleansed 24 hours a day. So that's what to take into consideration what kind of fast you want to do. Sunrise is the best time, Gary, to go sun gazing. I think due to the fact that it's coming to you, at least around the bend, right? And it's kind of getting bigger and it's getting, I think that's what morning would do for you, and give you more energy. Well, I think there's something to do with as it's going away from you, it might be pulling energy, which is not good. It's not good or bad. I think sundown is fine too, but I think there's just something about if you're gonna gaze at something during the evening, do a little moon gazing and let that pull negativity from you, and let the sun in the morning push positivity. I don't like the words negative and positivity because I think they're silly, but you know what I mean. Like the way the energy works. Like if you want to go to sleep at night, the moon's going to extract all of the energies that you don't need. Thus, the same thing the period is to women, extracting energy that they don't need. Heavy metals, just like shit like that, salts. Holy shit, you got up to 2 hours. That's awesome. That's fucking awesome. I've never gone that long. I've only there was back to what Gary said. Do what I say, don't do what I do, because my life is more experiential in a bunch of different ways. So that way I can learn about it, and then I can do something else ridiculous, and then I'll find. So that way I can judge which one is going to be like best for people and myself, et cetera, et cetera. So bumps and bruises and stupid shit here and stupid shit there. But as far as sun gazing, 2 hours, that's awesome. Once you can get up to doing it at high noon, supposedly you like on some other level. 2 hours, that's crazy. I got up to like maybe half an hour or something. And the fact that you could do it for 2 hours, that's super meditative too, man. Mystery Mushroom, what's up, man? How you doing? Yeah, there you go, Gary. The true moon is dark and further away than the hologram they shoot. Yeah, I think they're both holographic in nature. I don't think they're both shot in the sky from here. They could be, but I think they're outside of that. And I think they come into here. Kind of the same way your eye. If I lay them back, I think that's kind of essentially the same thing. The film that's over us, the toroidal, the field of energy that's around us is akin to the eye. And so if light's coming to our eye, it hits over here and it's going, it's refracting into our eye. And I think that's what's happening from what's outside of the plasmic field, the dome. It's not a dome like a physical. You're in a fishbowl. I don't think that. I think that's ridiculous, and I think that's very restricting. And I think that's why a lot of people do not like the idea of flat Earth, because they're like, oh, now we're stuck in a fishbowl. That's ridiculous. I'd rather be on a fucking spinning ball. That way, maybe we can jump in an airplane and get the fuck out of here. See, it's more. Why would you want to be stuck in a fishbowl? Back to religion again. That's it's a trip. Holistic health with Harry, yeah. Yeah, holistic Harry, man. I've been enjoying him, man. He's a cool cat. Yeah. Oh, that's so mystery mushroom. That's so interesting. I met this cat a while ago when I was up in Indiana, and he was Lakota tribe. Um, Sundance ceremony. That's awesome. One young Wasipi. We one young Wasipi. You haven't seen the sun in the months. I'll take you outside. It's right there. It's beaming right now. What is it, like 90? It's like 94 out. Yeah. That's probably why I don't have a tan right now, because it just went from not being hot, like it was. I wasn't really. I was just like, fucking around, just doing shit, and not. It wasn't that hot, and then it got like super hot. So I was like, man, I need a day or two to get used to this heat before I go out and just lay in the sun, because it's just like super hot. So sorry we stole all the sun. Yeah. Haha, Unsis, that's so funny. A good friend of mine, on me years ago, like right when I was teaching her about, because she was like, okay, teach me about like magic. She's like, teach me about sigils and things. Well, I didn't give her the caveat. You can't make a sigil. I mean, you can, but you have to get the counterbalance. You can't make a sigil for a specific person, like for them to be your lover. You can make a sigil that I want a lover that is like this, but to name them, you can't really do that, because then it kind of does, um, there's like auric tentacles. And then after she did it, I was like, "Oh, dude, you fucked up. You need to do something about that." I was like, "You can't do that." She's like, "What?" And I was like, "I mean, you did, so like enjoy it, but like know that like that you need to like tell him that you made a sigil and like that's what you did, and like so he doesn't, so he knows like going into your relationship is like there's some magic happening that and then you need to make another sigil to like erase that one that you made." But yeah, I mean, it all worked out, whatever, because you can always erase things. Like magic is not like set in stone. But that's funny that you say that. That's why you got to be very specific with your asks in magic when you're using, especially sigils, or you write something down and you burn it and you ask the ether to take care of it for you. Remember, like in the beginning, when in the Bible, somebody starts, when you name something, you take ownership over it. That's what Amen means. Amen is Name. To name something is to take ownership over it. So this is why, like, name all of the animals. So he became basically to own the animals. not own specifically, but to have like sway over them, right? So you don't really want to name something. You want to give qualities to the things, to the ideas that you want. You want to give qualities to what you want to occur or what you want. Like, you know what I'm saying? I want a woman that maybe has red hair, has blue eyes, and she smells like daisies, and she got like her body's like you go through all of that, but you can't be like, I want that girl Samantha right there. That you could, but then the repercussions are always a counterbalance. Unless she's on the same trip as you, which is like if she's making a decision about you and then you guys win. You guys win the game. But that's few and far between. Oh, speaking of winning the game, I have some tea. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back, y'all. Oh my God, the 40 minutes. So now this is gonna be bitter as fuck. We'll see what happens here. At least it's not too hot to drink now. Wello. Hold up. I'll be right back. 30 more seconds. Fine, feathered, freaky friends. It is Friday. Fucking Friday. Okay. Let's see what's happening here. Some Moroccan tea. Some black and rose. So good. A little honey, rose petals, black tea. Pretty simple. A little squeeze of lime would be nice, but I don't have any lime. Jay Marley, too much hair to... Are you saying I got too much hair? Oh yeah, too much hair to get a tan. I got a nice tan around here. It turns out all right. It's a little on here, but you know what I mean. Yeah, I've the last time that I had like my beard was kind of short, and I got a tan, and then I shaved, and you got this like big. I got this big white face and like super tan. It was awful. Stephen K. If you're urine fasting, refrain from water to get the benefits. I think it's irrelevant. I mean, the most important thing is to make sure your body stays extremely hydrated, and you know you're going to be losing some water from just sweating, from just. I mean, you're taking some in, and this is back and forth. It's a breathing for your skin is breathing, but I would always say err on the side of putting more water in your system. I mean, what's the worst going to happen? You're going to piss more? You'll stay hydrated. You'll know when you have too much liquid in you. Like if you're pissing every 10 seconds, like, you know what I mean? It was also your first digital instance. Yeah, names give meaning. There you go. Instance. That's so funny with the bird thing. Very much. Yeah, that's hilarious. Uh-huh. Orlando. What was waffles? What did I miss here? Did you say something about blue waffles? right. Who else up in here? See what time it is. It's 11:30. I probably got to let everybody know. Maybe like half an hour. I gotta see. I gotta check on a friend of mine that's coming to enter to and to have to be entertained, I suppose. So 30 minutes left in the game. Yeah, Hood 369. I mean, for most people, I think it's such a big leap to believe that urine is going to be, you have to get over so many. Well, you have to get over the standard mental barrier. That's the last thing you'd have to do, which is like that's piss. I can't drink that. But you have to get over all of the programming of life. Like if you believe in a doctor at all, if you believe what they're doing is in any way right, you'll never believe that drinking piss is right. Unless, of course, you can find some doctors that are like, hey, maybe drinking piss is the right thing. Because there are quite a few out there that have come around and like, yo, I had no idea and I tried it and I was like, so for most people getting to that point. So yeah, but see that's funny because that's another level because even people believing they can drink distilled water, that's even a no, distilled water is going to leach minerals, blah, 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 blah. You need to have, even these people in the conscious, aware community still believe they need to put salt in their water. It's obscene. It doesn't make any sense at all, whatsoever. Get the salt that you believe salt from your food. So getting people to believe in even distilled water, the cleansative property. It's like, do you want clean air? Like, yeah. No, you want air with salt in it. Why would you want that? You want to go? I want air with dirt in it. You don't want that. You want to clean and filter your air, right? Oh, so wouldn't you want clean water? Well, no. I need. Oh God, what does he say? It's like electrolytes and shit. Like electrolytes. What are you talking about? What does electrolyte mean? It means light of electricity, and it means if there's no salt in it, it won't work. It's funny if you plug a clock into a potato, it will work. Or you can get a battery and run it through distilled water, and guess what? It doesn't work. But if you put salt in there, inorganic salt, it will work. Why not just eat the potato? Why not eat the lemon? Because the lemon is the battery, and the lemon is the battery. You see? Or if you have the other way, you need a battery, then run it through inorganic salt water to get the clock to work. Well, but where's the battery? Are you eating batteries now? Are people eating batteries? We go eat a fucking 9-volt. What's up, L33? What is going on? Does Henny? She ran. Does Henny works, man? You know what? That's so funny. The last couple weeks, I've been on a Remy and Henny kick, and I've been enjoying Henny, man. Especially because I got into a little bit of the research about like, where it came from, and it's pretty interesting shit. And just like, Crevassier, Henny, and like coming from grapes and stuff, it's a much different, it's a different beast. It's a different spirit than just say alcohol. Like everybody wants gin and vodka and da. Henny, man, that's what's up. Stan Wingfield, does urine clean out the good and bad bacteria in one's digestive system? I'm gonna go with I'm assuming absolutely. Seems to be what's happening. Urine has always been used as a cleansative agent. Look into people that use urine, and especially aged urine, because it's increasing the pH, and it's going to be cleaning the body. It's going to be cleaning out all the bacteria. I mean, look what happens when you put an acid or alkaline. This is why the whole acid alkaline thing makes no sense. Acids and alkaline both have purposes in the body. It's about balancing things out, and Sometimes acid works, sometimes alkaline work. It's if you want to get to the center point, sometimes you need some more acid, sometimes you need some alkaline. It's like depending on what are you eating all day, might affect what kind of alcohol you might drink. Some alcohol has a very low pH. Some vodka, a lot of people are like, oh, all alcohol is acidic. No, it's not. You can look it up right now. Go Google it. There's plenty of vodka that is an alkaline pH. So then they go, okay, I thought all alcohol was bad according to people because it was, but now I got alkaline. So can we drink it? This is always the goofy stuff people get into. But yeah, the urine, as far as I know, it cleans out the bad bacteria. I'm assuming it leaves the good stuff. I mean, worst case scenario, after you've done a little bit of a fast and now you want to digest food, go ahead and add some good bacteria. Go and get some probiotics. Go get some sauerkraut. Go get some yogurt. Yeah, that's what. Yeah, there we go. I think I answered it right there for you. I mean, it seems like it, but it depends on what you're going to be eating afterwards. You only need the bacteria that's going to eat the thing that you're consuming. So, if you want to digest the milk, you need the lactose. Okay, so the lactose in it. So you need the lactate enzyme. I think it's called lactate or whatever, which was normally in the milk, but then now you're taking pasteurized milk or cheese, you can't digest it. But if you put that bacteria in your stomach, now it does. Okay, now you eat a carrot. Do you need whatever digests carrots? I mean, I'm just giving an idea for whatever it might be. There's a bacteria that's going to help break that particular thing down. But I think for something like carrots or apples or other things, they're just more of a cleanse. They're just a sweeper. They're just cleaning the system out. They're supposed to be just fibrous, like a fibrous cellulose substance that's cleaning the body out. So some things like nuts, they're like, oh, nuts are not digestible if they're cooked. Well, so what? The point of them at that point is not to be digestible. It's to be used as a cleansative thing to clean out the small and large intestines. That's what cooked nuts are for. Raw nuts that are turned into milk or raw nuts, well then you'll digest them and you'll get some of the nutrition out of it. So you can use the same thing for two different purposes. One is a insoluble, one is basically turns into a somewhat of a nutrition and insoluble or soluble fiber, meaning can suck in things. And the other way, when you cook it, is insoluble fiber. So now it's just a dense thing, just scraping out your internal organs. Well, your intestines. Yeah, yeah, HUD 369. Lemons, distilled water plus food grade. Do you put those three together or do you do them separately? Because I've never considered adding. Whenever I'm doing hydrogen peroxide, I kind of do it separately than lemon. I haven't thought about what would occur with the acids of the lemon and what the hydrogen peroxide is doing. But I mean, if you're saying that works for you, that sounds cool. I mean, I just never considered it. Yeah, man. Oh, that's awesome, dude. What's up, Will Johnson? Yeah, and see now back to the HUD 369 and everybody else. The idea of all the bacterias and things that you need in your system is really, it's only regulated on what is your diet going to be afterwards. What is considered good or bad bacteria is only a is only in response to what you're consuming. You could have all the good bacteria you want, but if you're not eating all of the things that the good bacteria, because there's how many different kinds, how many bacteria are there? There could be things that you think of as bad bacteria that are actually good. Now let me use this as an example. Parasites, I'm going on a limb here, are a good thing. Why? You've eaten something that might poison you. Now a parasite's in there, and it's going to eat it for you and digest it. So you don't get poisoned. Now you have parasites in you, which sucks. Now it's going to eat everything else up, which the good stuff too, which makes it bad. But those parasites were keeping you alive because it was digesting things that you shouldn't have been eating. maybe plastics, maybe the weird vegan shit that people are eating, maybe the meat that people are eating, maybe the pork, maybe the, so all of those things. So those things that we consider bad bacteria or parasites or all of this, those aren't necessarily bad. I mean, would it be better if we cleaned up our diet, got rid of those, and yeah, that would be better. So it's all dependent on what your diet is going to be, because once you've fully cleansed your system out, then you just pick and choose. Okay, I want to digest these things, and here's what I want to eat, and then you can isolate things. Very very much more uh, scientific, or cleaning up your alchemical system, and then saying, well, I want to know exactly what this one element does. I mean, that would be the way to really do it if you were like very scientific minded. Go fast for 40 days in water and urine and cleanse your whole body out, and then take one element and try it for a week and see what happens. One fruit, and maybe not even a week. For a couple a couple days, you'll see something happen, and then do another one. You'll see something different happen. Or if you just want to go, I mean, see, I would say deeper. Go with a psychedelic or something. But all of those things will be, if you've done a long fast, literally the smell of a pineapple is basically a psychedelic in every way. I've been on long fasts, and I was walking. I was walking through this. I was walking down the street, and there was some like wild plants growing, and there was like it was rosemary, and I walked up to it and I smelled it, and I literally almost like dipped out of body. I was luckily I was standing there with somebody. Was like, "Yo, hold up a second." I was like, got in my head just went. I was like, just about dipped out of body because it was such an intense smell, and it kind of pulled my spirit. It was really interesting. So after a fast and when your body's clean, like all of these things, smells, tastes, colors, even shit, you go like go look at something, like you'd be like, whoa, holy shit. You might as What did I do? Eat a bunch of mushrooms? What did I do? A bunch of, no, you just fasted. Now your body's just working the way it should. Which can get a little overwhelming to be like that all day, every day. And that's why whenever people do urine fast, and everybody on here that has knows pretty well, like there's you get to a point you're like, okay, I gotta eat. I gotta. My vibration is too much. I need to slow down. I need to sleep. It's too much. Reality's coming too quickly. I'm thinking thoughts and it's happening. So you gotta slow things down. What happens if one's meds? Yes, it does. Yes, Dan Wingfield. It depends on the half life of the medicine. You know what I mean? You know what half life is? Like if you consume it once, how much of it is left over, is cycled through your blood? How much are you shitting out? How much is getting stuck in your system? How much is it all recyclable? Is it, you know what I mean? I mean, nothing is 100%, but there are some substances you could recycle many times. I mean, think about the shamans that would eat mushrooms and then they would piss into either goblets or literally their followers' mouths, but usually with goblet or something, and then drink out of it. Because what the shaman was doing was taking the Amanita muscaria mushroom, taking all the poison, processing the poison because he already knew the poison, so it didn't bother him, it wouldn't kill him, and then took all of the good alkaloids and processed them through his system, put it into a cup, and they drank it, so they didn't have to deal with any of the poison because they would have killed them. See, now in the same way, your body, you're processing things that are inorganic, so I don't know what the half-life would be on them. The positives is it's going to, you're putting more medicine. Basically what you should do if you're doing medicine and you can't get off of it because it's, you got some sort of major problem, uh, just lower the dose, because you're recycling your blood and you're already cleaning up your system. So beyond cleaning up the system, you're increasing, like obviously if it's recycling to any amount, one pill equals two. You know what I mean? What's up, Steve P? Um, yeah, Stan Winfield, we were getting into prebiotics and probiotics and what those will do to assist the body in processing things. Those are very important. Yeah, Steve B. Sometimes it's too much, man. Um, Half Life to Mans, yeah. There you go, Stan. I mean, it's remember it's a, your body's going to be cleaner because you're urine fasting, so you're cleaning things out that you normally wouldn't be. You know, people usually when you start urine fasting, you probably get a little diarrhea, which basically is now it's okay. It's opened up one of your, maybe your liver, maybe your gallbladder, maybe push some shit out your kidneys, blah blah blah. So now you're processing something and like shit. Good thing you got some garbage out of you, but now all of a sudden because your liver's working a little better. If your liver's working a little better, then you're not going to need as much medicine. But you need more medicine because the liver ain't working. Yeah? Oh, that's going to keep falling. Awesome, man. Yeah, lowering the dose is where it's at. Um, and as your organs get cleaned up, if you do enemas, you get the organs cleaned up, you'll be able to extremely lower the dose of whatever you're taking, no matter what it is. Even people that are like on, people on drugs in general, like, I don't know, fucking cokeheads or whatever the fuck people do. I don't know, whatever people, whatever people are into these days. You can instead of dropping 50 for a fucking 8 ball, and that lasting you an hour. Okay, clean your system up. All of a sudden, your little drug habit, like it becomes less expensive, or you know what I mean. It's cheaper. It lasts longer. The high will last longer. It'll be it's gonna run through your system better. You're not wasting anything. I'm not suggesting for people to go get a drug habit, especially coke. Coke is such a fucking stupid drug. It's just a waste of money. There's so many easier ways to get that kind of high. If that's what you like, being fucking all anxious and paranoid, and just go drink 3 cups of coffee. You'll be fine. It's cheaper. VO Stephen K. Thank you. Most of us suffer from too alkaline blood and not enough acid in the stomach. This is correct, and this is why that alkaline shit is just really not. People are not getting it. It's not going to be popular if it's helpful. Because vegan alkaline shit, yeah. Add more acid to your diet. Not that kind of acid, but you know what I mean. There's got to be a healthy balance to things, and it's like people that can't digest things. Um, it's counterintuitive, but add apple cider vinegar, add um, add lemon juice. Those are very acid. Yes, extremely acid, like 2.6, 3. Isn't that about right? And all of a sudden, all of the problems with digestion go away, and all of a sudden, people aren't burning holes in their stomach and having whatever that shit is, where you upchuck or you can't, whatever. But that is because you add more acid. The acid will help to break the food down. Isn't the point to break the food down? But you start putting all of this alkaline in your stomach, how are you gonna break the food down? You're gonna have problems digesting things. It's not gonna make any sense. You're not gonna get any nutrition from it. You might feel better in some ways, but for a little while, but in the long run, it ain't gonna help. Folks use probiotics when making, I don't know, GC MAF, which is a great pancreatic cancer cure. Yeah. Inventing is really dangerous game. I don't know what GC MAF is, but yeah. But yeah, I mean, sure. This is how it's always worked. They don't want anything fixed or cured. That's not their game. It's changing though. I don't think it's gonna last too much longer with all these, like, because doctors are starting to get to the point where they're going, oh yeah, people are not getting healthier, and oh shit, my family's sick. Oh shit, I'm sick. And there's doctors that come to people like me to say, "Hi, what the fuck?" You know what I mean? So when they get to it, like, yo, they've been poisoning people for years and they don't have any clue as to what any type of real true nutrition or health is, then that's when they go, oh fuck. Oh no, my kid's in the hospital. Oh no, my wife's in the hospital. Oh no, my fucking shit's all fucked up. Not recognizing that all the other patients the other patients are sick because of they're just unhealthy. And they start to go, oh, what's the problem? Well, what are you eating, buddy? What kind of medicine are you subscribing to? Ascribing to yourself or your family or whatever. And then they want to get fixed, and they go, okay, maybe I should do something a little different. And the people with the more holistic mindset, uh, deliver them the information to heal themselves, and it's always free. But hey, all you doctors, because I know you all got cash. If you want to put something in my, feel free to donate. Feel free. You know how to get at me. uh huh. What's up, MLK? Low carb to lose weight. I don't know necessarily that will do it. Carb, carbohydrate. Isn't the root word of carbohydrate hydrate? More water is going to help. You want to do hydrate. More water helps to cleanse the cells more quickly. You want to lose weight, increase your water intake. I don't even, protein versus carbs versus starches versus sugars versus all of that. That's all. That's all a clam game or something. What do you call it? Like a it's irrelevant. Everyone can lose weight in many different ways. It comes down to movement and water, really. But what kind of weight are you losing? Where are you losing it from? Are you losing the right kind of weight? Is what are those carbs? Where do they come from? Blah blah blah. There's just too many questions with fad diets, and that's another one. Peace out, Steve P. I mean, and I'm okay. Depends, like how much do you want to lose? Where are you starting? What are your other habits? These things are important. Uh, I got like 10 more minutes, weirdos. 10 more minutes. Oh, and as always, a friendly reminder that pushing the thumbs up or thumbs down button is always appreciated. Not by me, but everybody else that will find these things in the future. So if you do like this, hit the button. And as usual, if you want to be so kind to slide me some currency, that's in the description box. That's always very much appreciated. Lets me know that the time and effort that I spend doing this is worth it. Um, yeah, I'm okay. So, I mean, if you ever want to hit me up on the emails or whatever and give me a little bit of a breakdown, I can, maybe. I don't really know what I'm going to say besides I think the best thing to do if you want to lose weight would be do a body cleanse and drink more water and stick to produce like fruits and vegetation. A little bit of meat snack if that's what you're into. I don't know what your diet is. I mean, I don't know what really else I would say, but depending on what your weight loss, like where you're starting at and where you want to get to, that changes a couple of things. Like for somebody that's 300 pounds and they really want to get down to like healthy 100 and whatever, that's gonna be way different than they're like, hey, I'm like 180 and I'm gonna get down to 130, and you know my diet is just kind of like it's just that's gonna be wildly different. Oh, oh! Yesterday, the layering of protection is mantras good to do. Yeah, mantras help. I think mantras are probably down the line more for um, manifesting something. A mantra is more like it would be like a manifestation of something, or more a okay. If I have a reoccurring thought in my mind, and I want to get rid of it, I replace it with something else, like a mantra. So every time I'm sitting there, I just go, and but instead of out toning it, I just then all of a sudden, as I start doing that as a mantra, then other times in my life I can get into that space. Um, is that necessarily what I'm talking about when I was saying layers of protection? Not necessarily. I think the sigil would probably be better, or go to some of my earlier work on um, that type of magic. Like this is really like I don't know, 2.5 years ago, I guess. Oh shit, it's been that long, huh? Yeah, about 2.5 years. So look at my early work, and you'll see some pictures and drawings. It's It's not me talking with my stupid face on here. Jay Marley. Yeah, the Berkey I've heard about, but yeah, I mean, distill is just for anybody doing anything, just the major change you can make in your life. Everybody's like, okay, do this, do this, do this. Just start drinking distilled water, and that alone will change everything. But most people aren't even drinking any water, so that's a huge change. You know, like even whenever I go, like I'll go days without drinking water. I mean, I'm drinking liquids and I'm doing things, but I mean, to think that most people literally just don't drink water. I remember growing up, I don't remember drinking water. All I drank was like soda and orange, like maybe not even orange juice, like soda and like, just garbage. It was never go. I was never going to the faucet to get water. We didn't have water in the fridge. The only time I'd really be drinking water, and I think it's the only thing that got that the only reason I probably am even reasonably healthy at this point, I'm not dead, is because I played so many sports and I drank water doing that. So like some basketball and soccer and football and like whatever. So and that's probably the only thing that kept my system clean and running. If it wasn't for that, I probably would have been dead already. But yeah, the distilled water is the number one thing. It changed like everything. Yep. There you go. Positively charged dead minerals, which is that's what it is. That's what's calcifying. I mean, I can throughout my body like whenever I eaten too much and not drank enough water and haven't moved enough. Like right now, like my foot is a little fucked up. All that dense material goes to my feet. And why do you think people get like arthritis and gout in their fingers and their toes? It goes all the way to the end of your system and it's supposed to cycle back. But if you ain't got enough water, the density is just going to push it down there. And so I take some days off of doing some dumb shit, and now my foot hurts a little bit. So, what is that? That's literally all of the dense, inorganic, and that material that is negatively or positively charged that could be just drawn out of the body drinking enough water. So, the quickest way to fix this shit is more blood plasma, drink the piss, and drink the distilled water. Hmm. Yeah, the protecting mantras in the yoga, I hear you on that, Stan. But if it was like we were talking about the other day, if it was just like for a singular event, like I said, if I was about to get on a bus and go somewhere, I think that was the talk we were doing. I would make a sigil and do a couple of things, but the mantras, like I think they're more, you know, kind of geared towards a larger like Sunday I'm going to the temple, and hopefully this will last all week. That kind of yeah. Is there a link between body hair and spiritual sensitivity? I would say so. Yeah, yeah. We talked about this yesterday too. I'm okay. Um, yeah, we are talking about how hair is an extension. Oh, let's see what's going on here. Oops. Oh, nice. Um, I told you I got 3 more minutes, guys. So sorry, I'm gonna have to end this here. I have company I gotta take care of. Yeah, Stan Winfield. Just look for my stuffs on Magic, man, and you'll see there's a bunch of videos all around the same time. Sigils and egregors and blah blah blah. There's a lot of interesting stuff back then. So yeah, yeah. Yeah, the interesting thing I'm okay about like how long do people live like living to 91. I wonder what else her diet included. I mean, she might not drink any water, but she might have been like a big tea drinker or maybe like lots of fruits or like certain things. And also some people just have it in their constitution of their mind. You know what I mean? Like living to 91, I mean, was she like walking around like a decayed prune for 50 years? You know what I mean? Like, does she smoke? There's a lot of things that go into it, but yeah, you can. I mean, because a lot of people they say you shouldn't even be drinking water. What you should be doing is hydrating yourself through through fruits. You should be eating your water. Water is a sacred. I mean, if you really got into it, it's like a sacred offering. Like you don't. You shouldn't need it too often. Your body should already be in homeostasis, but we're so far away from that anyways, so I'll end it on that, guys. It was a pleasure talking to everybody. Hope this was very fun and informative. We will be talking. Use cabbage leaves and special shoes. I'll check it out. Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right, so have a beautiful day, guys. I got some things to do. Be awesome. Go pet a dog. And if you can't do that, try to Yeah, is cabbage a good remedy? I don't know. I love eating cabbage though. So or there you go. Go eat some cabbage. Cook it first. It's not very healthy